going into the final is a big one on Sunday. New Jersey, big game. If Messi and Argentina win it, this will be their fourth star, a second consecutive World Cup title, getting into, the pedestal where Brazil and Germany have found themselves. Now, if it doesn't happen and it goes to Spain, it means that De La Fuente has helped the Spanish to get back to the highest pedestal when it comes to football after 14 years since winning it. After 16 years, they want to get there, and it looks increasingly, do I say likely or difficult that it would be an easy game for both. Now, what actually sticks in my mind? Scaloni came to this World Cup. They asked him whether they're going to win it. His words were, "We are here not to win it. We are here to defend the title." It will go down as one of the coldest messages ever that a coach has spelled out before a World Cup. And it will stick in the mind of everyone for a very, very long time. Starting with you, Salasi, this final, from what we've seen from these two teams, where does it go?
Yeah, it's very difficult to say right now, but if you're a betting man, I'll tell you to put your money on Argentina, because the way they are going, they never know when to lie down, when to be beat 2-0, 2-0, and they are still finding a way to get back. They are very relentless. Their fighting spirit is admirable, to be honest with you. But if there's any team that can go 2-2 with them, it has to be Spain. And I'm only going to go for Spain because of their defensive record. Just one goal conceded so far in the competition. Defense wins you titles. Argentina have rode their quote-unquote luck, because it is some form of luck. And they made their luck because they never give up. They keep on pushing and pushing, even when it looks impossible, even when it looks improbable that they will get a goal or win it. Today, they showed it once again. Against Egypt, we thought we had them, honest. Egypt thought they had them and they were going to be an African team that had made it to the quarterfinal. But it was not to be. And Argentina showed that they can switch into gear when it's necessary. But De La Fuente is not a novice. He knows what to expect, and he knows what Argentina will bring. I'm hoping that he will not be naive when it's 80 minutes and you are leading 2-0, 1-0 and sit back. If anything, I don't think he'll do that. He showed us that versus France. He showed us how to win games. Hold onto the ball and suffocate the opponent. Let them chase the ball and they will get tired. We failed, the other teams failed to do that. So I think that Spain can win it, their second badge, their second star, their second World Cup triumph. I think that it can happen for them. But it's contingent on them not being naive. So anything can happen, but I'll go for Spain here.
Going for Spain. There.
Yeah.
Faku?
Kelvin, listen. let me make a couple of disclaimers before I continue. I'm not an Argentina fan. Never been an Argentina fan. Will never be an Argentina fan. Also, not a Messi. I don't want to. I don't want to use the word fan. I want to use a different term. Stan or disciple. Manga, you have vocabs and then my view. Also,
Admirer.
No, am I an admirer? Yes, I'm an admirer.
He says he's hungry. Send
Just because you didn't hear it doesn't mean that I didn't say it.
Mama release and we no catch him. What's the word of the day? Or what was the word of the day?
When you play it back, you hear it.
I need to react to it now. The listeners want to hear it. Anyway, so I've never been a Messi, how do I put, stan or Messi disciple. Let me put it that way, right?
Yeah,
but I admire his greatness, and oftentimes I say that's really the beef between as Ronaldo faithfuls and Messi faithfuls. The Messi faithfuls oftentimes don't want to acknowledge Ronaldo's greatness and, the genius and, sort of the dimension of player that he is. They really, really want to downplay that. So usually that's what the beef is. But that's just by the way. I've never been an Argentina fan, never been a Messi fan, probably will never be. But the truth of the matter is that I think Argentina might win the World Cup. Salasi said something, defense win titles. That's true. But this is just a one game, a one-off game. This is just a one-off game. The Argentines know how to do it. Ever since Lionel Scaloni became manager of the side, how many finals have they played? They've played 4 finals. They've won 3 of them. They've won 4. They've played 4 finals and won 3. So they've played 1 World Cup final. They've played 5 finals actually. They won 3-0 in the Finalissima against Italy, Roberto Mancini's Italy, remember? They also won that Copa America against Brazil, 1-0. They went on to win again, one penalties against Colombia, the Copa America final played at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Yeah, they won that as well. And then they won the World Cup final on penalties against France, and now they are in another World Cup final. I call them a bunch of bandits. They are very simple in their approach. Nothing complicated. They play an old-fashioned 4-4-2. A 4-4-2 that affords their most important player the sort of the conditions to express his talents. And that's exactly what they're going to do. And when things get hard for them, they do the simple things. They put up 2 attackers there and then free up Lionel Messi to play in the inside right channel where oftentimes he has a lot of time and space to hurt people. Let's not forget that Lionel Messi's presence alone puts a lot of fear in defenders and players alike. And I call them a bunch of bandits because they understand that football isn't just about your technique or your style or your athleticism or your pace. They know that it's also about grit. And that grit is what I fear that the Spanish team doesn't have. I'd like to touch on the Argentine team and touch on the Spanish team, and then we can go deep into what's going to happen, what I think is going to happen. I strongly believe that the grit is what the Spanish team lack. They don't have the grit. On the day, they can be good technicians on the day. And listen, even before going into the game, I can close my eyes and tell you that possession will be won and controlled.
When you're a good technician, what do you do with grit?
You need grit to get over the line. Mangana, tell them.
They have the grit.
Kelvin.
They have the grit. Nobody can tell. Wait.
Kelvin, let him finish.
I don't think so.
Wait. Cucurella doesn't have the grit.
You see, I'm talking about Cucurella.
Kelvin,
Pedro Porro doesn't have the grit.
No, Pedro Porro doesn't have the grit.
Rodri doesn't have the grit.
Kelvin, let him finish.
Aymeric Laporte doesn't have grit.
Laporte.
Laporte
is for the matter.
Let me free you.
Laporte is for the matter.
Let me free you.
See, think about this. Think about this. See, you mentioned 4 players. Every single individual in the Argentina team is a bandit. And I use this in a very respectful way. Every single... Listen, in the first 5 minutes of the game, right, Enzo Fernandez made a foul on Jude Bellingham and everyone was calling for a yellow card. Do you think that wasn't by design? That was very much by design. They had talked about it in the dressing room, that this is exactly what we are going to do to Jude Bellingham.
Raffle them up.
We will have to raffle them up and get him off his game. So they were having a lot of verbals. They were insulting him. They were pushing him. They were kicking him. They were knocking him down. Sometimes he didn't even have the ball. Even the very first one, he had already passed the ball. And then Enzo Fernandez went in very hard on him. It was very much by design. These people are a bunch of bandits. They know exactly what to do to get over the line. Spain will come in with their technique. Spain will be very technical on the day. Spain would have a lot of the possession on the day. Listen, Tagliafico isn't the best defender in the left back in the world. He has never been the best left back in the world. But on the day when he attacks him like a policeman and comes to stand there at left back, you will struggle to beat him. Why? Because they would play the Argentine national anthem and they would be so riled up and ready to fight for Lionel Messi. They would tell you that, listen, we are not here to do anything. We are just here to fight for Lionel Messi and win him his second tournament. We know the lineup that's going to go into the game. It won't change. It's going to be Cuti Romero and Lisandro Martinez in central defense. Dibu Martinez would be his usual self in the goalpost. At right back is going to be Montiel at right back. Oftentimes he rotates between Montiel and Molina, so that's a toss-up. At left back is going to be Tagliafico. No changes there. Now he used to play with Enzo Fernandez and McAllister in midfield, but now he changed it a little bit, brought in Leandro Paredes. Why? Because he wants control. When he used to play with Enzo Fernandez and McAllister, he lacked a lot of control. So he realized against Congo they struggled. He realized that against Egypt as well they struggled. But then he brought in Leandro Paredes and they started having a bit of control. And they had that control again, even today against England, when England were supposedly playing well. Why? Because they have an actual controller sitting at the heart of midfield playing for them. And then, of course, they are going to have on the right side, we've seen what's his name, Rodrigo de Paul. Today he changed it for Giuliano Simeone. But I strongly believe that for the final, he's going to put his faith in the people that won him, the last 3 trophies that they won. Rodrigo de Paul will make another comeback on the right-hand side. And in attack, of course, going to be Julian Alvarez and of course, Lionel Messi. Now, for Spain, like I mentioned, they would come with a lot of technique. They will control a lot of the ball. They would probe and probe and probe. But I think that they are going to find it difficult, like they found it difficult against Portugal. They'll find it difficult to create chances against the Argentine side, especially in the final. Argentines in the final, they are different animals. So I've watched them in the last 4 finals that they played. They're a different team. The only reason why the French found a way back in the 2022 World Cup Final was one person, Kylian Mbappe. Can Lamine Yamal replicate such a performance? Potentially he could do that. But the problem is that he hasn't been fit all tournament. Lamine Yamal hasn't been fit all tournament. Nico Williams, the least said about him, the better. Right? So, again, someone mentioned something. They said, "Oh, Akuma, do you have the heart to go with, or to, I don't want to say use the word go to 2, but to go the full course of 90 plus whatever minutes with Argentina in the final?" Probably going to be the first time I'm going to do this, but I'm going to put my money on Argentina and Lionel Messi to win this World Cup final.
And that is where they will lose.
All right, Mangana.
Yeah, don't follow Kweku's prediction. Anytime he puts money on anyone, they lose. So anyway, I think this will be a very, very. I think if you are someone who is looking to understand or enjoy football or see the different facets of football, this is the game that you should watch, because you are going to see 2 different styles. You are going to see proper technique and you are going to see tenacity. The Argentine team are going to do exactly what they've done all tournaments. They're going to be tenacious in every challenge, in every tackle, in the whole of the game for the 90 plus minutes that they will play. The Spanish team will do what the Spanish team have done all tournament, and that is control, 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 control. And I think if there is any team that can negate the tenacity of Argentina, it is the control of Spain. The question is, would they have the opportunity to be able to control the game when it matters? Now, we've seen Argentina play the whole tournament, having to essentially rescue a lot of matches in the dying embers of the game. And we saw a Spanish team do to France what Argentina will be looking to do in the final embers of a game if they are losing or it is a draw and they are trying to get a win. They won't let you have the ball, or they won't let you have the ball in areas that you can create chances against them. So it is something that it's a game I'm really looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Spain is going to deal with Argentina if the game is still 0-0, or if Spain are leading and then it's in the last 20 minutes of the game. Can Spain, because all the games we've seen Argentina play and then pull the results out of the fire, the team was defending deep. They had possession of the ball and wave of attack as much as they could. But you are going to face a Spanish team whose whole principle of play is to control the game. So they are not going to make the changes and bring in 5-6 defenders. They are going to continue to keep the ball as they've kept it all tournament, and they are going to continue to try and deprive you of the ball in order to create those chances. Now, for the Spanish team, we know they don't play with a recognized center forward. They've started the tournament mostly with Oyarzabal playing in attack. And I think that is one of the things that is going to be an advantage to them in the game, because then there's no one for Cuti Romero and Lisandro Martinez to leave a bet on. you are not going to even find the person because he's not going to be standing in the back line with you for you to kind of grapple with. So him ghosting in when they are starting to pick their passes, creating those triangles to create the avenue to put that ball in behind the defense, and then he ghosting in to make to finish those balls. It is very important that if Argentina want to win the game, they have to have someone follow, or he has about to make sure that he's not making those runs. If they are going to even mark in zone, whoever he goes into the zone with, they have to follow him, because the moment you lose sight of him is the moment that they're going to drop a ball in behind or play a true pass in behind. And by the time you realize Oyarzabal is in behind you, going to finish that ball. So I think it will be a very, very interesting game. I think anyone can win any of those two teams. I can see winning the game and I can see winning the tournament. I am hopeful that Spain will do it for me at this point, because I am not really a big fan. I'm a fan of my team. So I don't really follow specific players and be like, oh, where he moves here, I'm for him. So I'm not a stan of Messi, neither am I a stan of Ronaldo or whatever it is. But I'm a fan of the team, and the way the Spanish team has played this tournament, for how they've played in attack and in defense and with their principles, I believe that they should win the tournament. And if they are able to do what they have done all tournament and do it right, I think they will get over the line against Argentina. I don't think Argentina can rescue another one out of the fire. So if they also want to win this game, they need to actually take control of the game and be on the front foot.
So wow. They've not
yes,
needed to be on the front foot.
Interesting enough, Kelvin, remember their run to the 2022 final? It's not different from this one. Oh.
It's not different though.
No, it's not though. You can go back and look at the results. This is how they got,
almost all the time.
Bro. Exactly.
Yes,
this exactly how they got to the final.
In the 2022 final, in their run, did they face Spain?
In the final or in their run?
In their run.
In their run, they didn't face Spain, but they faced
France. Even there to be faced.
No, but that is the whole point. They will face them on Sunday.
Listen, Kelvin, let me paint a picture for our listeners. They don't care who. In the final, they will start fast. In the final, they will start very fast.
I'm not diminishing that. I'm just saying that they haven't faced a team that will deny them the ball the way Spain would deny them the ball.
We thought France could do it.
No, France don't deny you the ball. France will just create more chances than you.
So Mangana or Kelvin, let me paint a picture for our listeners, just to give them a preview of what's going to happen. I think what's going to happen will be very similar to Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona last season. Barcelona will have a lot of the ball. Atleti will look to break on the counter. Atleti would be very tenacious. They'll be very organized in their 4-4-2. They would look for spaces. They'll look for opportunities. But this will be an Atleti with Lionel Messi. Think about it. An Atletico Madrid with Lionel Messi, who can create something out of nothing, even at 39 years old. Right? Mm-hmm. And then, again, this Spain is a bit different. I always tell people, this Spain isn't the Spain of 2008. It's not the Spain of 2010. It's not the Spain of 2012. Hell, it's not even the Spain of 2018. Remember in 2018, they actually beat Argentina 6-1 when Argentina were being coached by Jorge Sampaoli, the previous Chile coach who came to manage Sevilla, and then he went on to manage Argentina, manage Messi at some point in time. And then they sacked them, and then they brought in Lionel Scaloni. But that's just by the way. This Spanish team, actually, they are pragmatic, and they play a lot of transition game. Whenever they get the ball, they release it quickly. Remember the Spain of 2010, the Spain of 2008, they were death by 1,000 passes. So they will play you 1,000 passes until you actually break, and then they will score you. Remember, they used to play with 6 midfielders and things. Now they actually play with actual wingers. They actually want to hit you quickly on the break and get the job done quickly. But I think this bunch of bandits from Argentina will know exactly what to do, will know exactly how to manage the game. Again, I think it would be Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona. I also think perhaps it could even be Chelsea versus Barcelona when Chelsea won 3-0. I don't think Argentina can win 3-0, but I think Argentina will start very fast on the day like they did against France in the 2022 World Cup Final. And then they would look at ways to manage the game better than they did against France. Will Lamine Yamal turn up and actually give a Kylian Mbappe performance and get a hat-trick in the final? I don't know. What I know for sure is that Lionel Messi's name will be mentioned at the end of the day. and I think they will carry him. Do I want to see that? No,
Never.
I don't want to see that. Will that change the GOAT debate? No, it won't change the GOAT debate. I think the GOAT debate was settled years ago. People have entrenched positions. And it won't change today. It's not Lionel Messi can win 10 Ballon d'Ors. It won't change. The GOAT debate will not change. It will be exactly what it is. People have taken entrenched positions. No, they've taken entrenched positions. So I think it's going to be 2-1 Argentina. I think man of the match on the day is likely going to be, I'm going to give it to Julian Alvarez. He's going to be man of the match. But because it's by voting, they would skew the vote and give it to Lionel Messi. So
that was what I was coming to tell you. It's not like they will skew it. The people in the stadium scan and they vote. So it's
they will scan and vote.
Yeah.
They
so
will vote for
depending on who's
Lionel
in the
Messi.
stadium, who do they know? I know Messi. Vote.
They will scan and vote. So I think it's likely going to be Lionel Messi. I think Spain will give a good account of themselves. You know.
I think the player of the tournament thing is something that FIFA dropped the ball on. They should have let whichever, whether it's the pundits that they have in studio or whether
I thought they had a technical team that was looking at
they have a technical team. Yeah, they do.
That's what they should have
But
done
they are
to
not the
select
ones
the player of the
deciding it.
tournament. Because you watch a lot of the matches and you're like, they play of the tournament and you're like, huh?
I think the only fair game was the France-Spain game when it went to Pedro Porro. I actually thought it was between Cucurella and Porro. Let's not forget, I think Rodri had a fantastic game, but personally, the game I watched, I think the fullbacks were amazing, Pedro Porro and Cucurella. And I think
Porro,
the only reason why...
Porro only edged
because of the goal.
His goal.
Right?
Because of the goal.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, the goal gives you points. So,
you people don't want me to share my thoughts on the game too. Hey,
no, because you are bruised. You are a French fan. You are you are bruised. You had the best attack, and unfortunately, you couldn't deliver. But Kelvin, you know we should have a conversation about Didier Deschamps' tenure as French boss. He delivered just one World Cup and one Nations League.
Let Kelvin finish his submission.
I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's
bad.
Getting
we'll discuss
into the finals,
getting
into the finals was very much important. You know.
Hey, Kelvin, for France.
To get to
France being in the finals is nothing. Oh.
No, before he came, what happened? But in his first final at the World Cup, he won.
Yeah, but I'm saying he had subsequent finals where he should have won, where on paper
and
he was the better team.
He lost the second one. He lost the second one.
Yes.
And he failed to get into
the Euros. He lost
the final
twice.
The Euros he lost twice.
Kelvin, tell us your view on the final. Why?
The final you have spoken is okay. Whatever.
Because I really think we should look at it in focus. Because Didier Deschamps, because we can look at him as an individual. He's always been. I always call him the glory child or glory man. You know, captains. You know, France to their first World Cup title. Remember, not even the great Platini could do that. And then captains them to a Euro title as well. Goes on to take Monaco to a final a few years after he retired from football. I think, 4 years after he retired from football, takes Monaco to a final. Unfortunately, he's pipped 3-0 by the great Jose Mourinho. Goes on to win Marseille's first French title in 14 years. Comes to take the French national team. I think, was he the manager in 2016 when they lost to Portugal? I should think so, right? Or they gave it to him right after that. He was the one who took them to the final in 2016, right? When he had Dimitri Payet and Griezmann. Right, so lost that unfortunately, and then won the World Cup 2 years later. Goes on to the Euros in 2020. Inexplicably loses to, was it Switzerland, that game? When you were leading 3-1 and then you threw the game away. Comes back to the World Cup in 2022. Unfortunately, couldn't win that World Cup in 2022.
We are going to do that in focus. You are virtually saying everything. So
Calvin,
no, I'm just giving a timeline.
No. We don't need a timeline if you're not going to discuss it.
It's up to you. It's up to you to discuss.
No,
I'm just asking. I'm just asking a question.
Not today.
We'll discuss it. We'll discuss
but quick one. Can we do like a quick team of the tournament before wrap, and then we can compare to what the pundits are going to bring. I think Mangana and Salasi, they've got this.
All right. So team for goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper. Simon.
Unai Simon.
All right.
He's considered only one goal. That's not really a lot.
That's not really.
You can argue against that.
Yeah.
All right. So United
Most of the
Simon at right
players
back.
will be from Argentina and Spain, basically.
Yeah, I mean that's a team of the
Right
final
back.
in the tournament. That's essentially what happens a lot of times.
Yeah.
Right
Right
back.
back.
Hmm.
Right back. Kweku, who do you think right back? Who has
Right
been
back.
standout for you?
That's an interesting question. But Pedro Porro
Pedro
Porro
Porro,
is
because
there.
Argentina,
is in there.
Argentina have not been consistent with their right back.
Yeah.
They
They've
haven't been
changed.
consistent.
But
Yes.
but let's not even just focus on
England,
just Argentina.
England haven't been consistent with their right backs. England haven't been consistent with their right backs. Jules
several
Koundé
different
is a
players have
terrible
played.
player. So I think it's Pedro Porro.
Yeah, Jules Koundé is a model more than a player.
So it goes to Pedro Porro for me.
My problem with
Again, it's also
which player
considered
would
one.
you rival?
Yeah.
Mangana, which player would you rival?
No, I think Pedro Porro would take it. But my problem with team
the
of the
Spanish
tournament
team have been
mostly
solid defensively, so it will not be
most of
difficult.
Yeah,
to
I think
pick
left
up
back
one.
select
No, let's
itself
just
is
continue to
Cucurella,
do
hands
it.
down.
It doesn't stop us from doing it. We just want to do our
Sure,
team
sure,
of the
sure.
tournament.
Left back is Cucurella, hands down.
Cucurella
and left back.
Yeah,
for me.
Cucurella has left backs what do you call it, suit up.
I
All
think
right.
Cuti, Romero, and
In central
Laporte.
defense.
Central defense, I think we can an Argentinian defender can get
I
in
think
there, whether
Cuti, Romero, and
Martinez or
Laporte.
Romero, because they've all done quite
Right.
well, at least
The
in terms of.
number of goals. No. The number of goals they considered. You want to put them where?
But they've also scored.
Well, they've also considered, though, come to think of it. Yeah,
They've conceded, but they've also
Romero
scored. Martinez scored, Romero also scored.
Just put Saliba and Emerick Laporte there.
Well, Saliba has had a good tournament till his injury, so yeah, Saliba had been solid till his injury. But somebody hasn't considered a goal. Somebody has considered only one goal.
That's why Laporte is there.
I said Emerick Laporte.
That's why the Spanish team actually has 4
and
players in our
the
team
final.
of the tournament.
Rodri has to be in there. Fabian Ruiz has to be in there.
I think Rodri has been amazing in midfield. Midfield is midfield. I think it's Jude Bellingham and Rodri.
Are we playing 4-3-3 or 4-4-2?
It depends on the players we select.
Jude, Rodri, and Fabian for me.
Why Fabian? Because Fabian has had good games, but he hasn't been consistent throughout. Remember, like he's had good games. That's what I'm saying. Like for me, it's going to be
change Fabian
Rodri
for
and
Enzo.
Bellingham.
Change Fabian for Enzo.
I'll have
Bellingham. Clutch.
Bellingham. What's his name? Rodri. And
don't go beyond Enzo Fernandez.
I'm trying to see, like, I mean, outside of like him scoring and screaming, and I'm trying to see where we'll give it to Enzo, because there's been changes in other teams' midfields. No one player that has been playing this position throughout the tournament. So
exactly.
And the attack it picks itself.
Rice
hasn't stood out in any game.
And inconsistent.
And Ulysses' performance was so terrible that it takes him out of the team.
I think attack picks itself.
Attack, I'll put
Lionel Messi,
Mbappe, and striker.
It doesn't matter whoever, because it could even be a midfielder.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'll still give it to Kane. I don't think he's done exceptionally well for the goals he scored. For the goals he scored, I'll put him, then Messi, then Mbappe.
Personally, you'll be Haaland.
Oh
Kane.
no! In fact, Oyarzabal. No, I'll take out Kane and put Oyarzabal in there.
Oh, how?
Really?
Yeah.
Mikel Oyarzabal.
Yeah.
All right, let's put it to a vote. Let's put it to a vote. Let's put it to a vote.
He's not a striker, and he's been playing the role. And he's been banging in the goals, and he's in the final.
That's why.
So do you guys want to put Oyarzabal in there?
He said team of the tournament. He didn't say who is the best player. He said team of the tournament. Somebody is in the final. He scored goals. He's in the final.
No, but I think Haaland was clutch. I think Haaland carried his team. I think
but it's not in the final.
Objectively did better. You don't need to be there. We just had a conversation about you don't need to be the final to be in the team of the tournament. So let's put it to a vote, right? The 4 of us.
Scored goals.
like I said, no one is begrudging the fact that he scored goals. But I'm saying, let's put it to a vote. Who wants Oyazabal in our team of the tournament?
I don't want him there.
Our
Just
Sahara
me.
50-50. So just 1 against 3. Who wants Haaland, Erling Haaland, instead of Oyazabal?
You should be there. Haaland should
I
be
think
there.
I want Haaland.
I think I put Harry Kane there.
Harry Kane. So, okay, let's do Harry Kane, Haaland
regardless his goals.
So, Harry Kane and Haaland. So, between Harry Kane and Haaland, who are we going for?
I'll still go for Harry Kane.
Oh, I'll go for Kane.
I think that's a toss-up. So, we go for
Sarah
Kane. So,
said go for
Kane.
Kane. So Kane.
Okay, so Kane, Mbappe, and Lionel, Ankara, Messi. Kelvin, over to you.
Well, we draw the curtains. The lights have dimmed on another episode, but we are left with another chapter in football's, endless right of their poetry. This evening, Argentina, has reminded the world that belief in football is, its greatest weapon, overturning England with a stunning 2-1 comeback. Spain, meanwhile, delivered a masterclass, dismantling France 2-0 in, a worldy of a performance. Questions about Le Bleu. And now the stage is set for that dream, or perhaps destiny itself, to happen. Spain versus Argentina, two footballing identities, two different philosophies, but there is only one cup to be lifted. We never know whether Spain would have their precision paint the final masterpiece, or Argentina would have their passion write another immortal story for them. That's the debate, and only 90 minutes, maybe 120 with penalties, could decide. Until then, make sure that football remains beautifully unpredictable. Thanks for riding with us on the 50-50 Football Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and you join the conversation. Tell us who left the 2026 World Cup, Spain or Argentina. Who is going to be the Golden Ball winner and the Golden Boot winner? There's still opportunity for the players at the top to score a lot more. Follow us across social media at 50-50 Football Podcast, and make sure that all of us would be in your mind, and wherever you see us, you wave us, or you quote our tweet, or you ask questions wherever you are. From all of us here, myself, Calvin Oswanta, Kwakusa Fomenta, Didi, and Mangana Nanasari, who has been wowed by the performance from Argentina today that he cannot even, speak like he normally does. He says he's hungry. We'll find him food after this. And thanks to Selassie. Thanks for joining us from Sahara Football. Respectfully, keep the banter alive. And remember, in football, it's never really 100-0. As always, 50-50. We'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.